At one time, the F-22 Raptor was the ultimate symbol of American air dominance, a marvel of technology that left enemies behind, both literally and figuratively. But as the world of warfare evolved, even this legendary fighter began to show its age. New threats emerged, technologies advanced, and the Air Force started to feel the pressure to upgrade. Today, we take a closer look at the evolution of the F-22 Raptor and explore what lies ahead as it transforms into the so-called F-22 Super. This isn't just about adding bells and whistles. This is about ensuring America's air superiority remains unmatched in the decades to come. The story of the F-22 begins during the final years of the Cold War, when the United States feared a large-scale conflict in Central Europe against the Soviet Union and its allies. The US needed a next-generation fighter jet that could dominate the skies in the face of intense aerial threats. Thus was born the Advanced Tactical Fighter Program, or ATF, with the goal of creating the most powerful air superiority fighter in history. Two giants of the aerospace industry, Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin, went head-to-head in a high-stakes competition. Northrop's YF-23 was sleek, stealthy and fast, but Lockheed's YF-22 proved more reliable and less risky. With taxpayer dollars and pilot safety in mind, the US military selected Lockheed's design, laying the foundation for what would become the F-22 Raptor. Before the YF-22 could become a combat-ready jet, Lockheed engineers had to make hundreds of modifications. They adjusted the wing angles, reduced the size of vertical stabilizers, reshaped the radome, and shifted engine intakes, all to enhance stealth, aerodynamics, and radar performance. Special air brakes were removed, fuel tanks reconfigured, and the body was reinforced to extend the aircraft's service life. Every inch of the design was optimized to make the jet not only deadly but also invisible to enemy sensors. After extensive wind tunnel tests and structural upgrades, the F-22's airframe was certified to last up to 8,000 hours. Its first flight took place in September 1997, and after nearly a decade of testing and refinement, it officially entered service in December 2005. The F-22 wasn't just a step forward, it was a giant leap. It became the first U.S. Air Force jet to combine stealth, supersonic cruise speeds, extreme maneuverability, and advanced sensor integration into one powerful machine. It was equipped with twin Pratt and Whitney F-119 engines that could deliver more thrust than even the F-15 Eagle, and it could do so without afterburners. In combat training, it quickly earned a fearsome reputation. In one test, a single F-22 reportedly defeated 12 F-15C fighters in less than 2 minutes. This was no ordinary plane. This was an apex predator of the skies. What made the F-22 so hard to detect wasn't just its speed or shape. The jet featured smooth surfaces, curved edges, and inward-canted tail fins that deflected radar waves. The engine fans were hidden using serpentine air ducts, and the airframe was coated with radar-absorbing materials. Internal weapons bays helped maintain its sleek profile, and an active cooling system reduced its heat signature. By mixing the exhaust with surrounding air to form vortices, the Raptor was able to significantly reduce its infrared visibility. Since 2021, chrome-like coatings have been observed on F-22s, further reducing their chances of being picked up by heat tracking systems. Compared to other modern fighters, the F-22 remains king. Its radar cross-section is 15 times smaller than the F-35, and up to 100 times smaller than the Chinese J-20. On the inside, the F-22 was just as advanced. It had a powerful radar system and a suite of sensors that worked together to give pilots a clear view of everything happening around them. All this data was processed by 2 mission computers capable of handling over 10 billion instructions per second. This turned the pilot into a battlefield commander, able to track enemies, avoid threats, and coordinate friendly aircraft with ease. The Raptor could even function like a mini AWACS, relaying data and target info to nearby jets in real time. It was not just a fighter, it was a flying command center. But technology never stops advancing, and the F-22 had to keep up. One of the long-missing pieces in its arsenal was an infrared search and track system, known as IRST. Originally planned for the aircraft but cut due to budget constraints, IRST is now making a comeback. In 2022, the TAXER system began testing on F-5 jets and is now slated for integration into the Raptor. It allows the jet to detect enemy aircraft using their heat signature, even if they aren't using radar. Alongside this, photos from 2024 revealed new low-visibility external fuel tanks being tested. These would allow the F-22 to operate across longer distances, particularly vital for missions in the Pacific. without compromising its stealth profile. Importantly, the tanks can be jettisoned mid-flight to return the jet to its fully stealthy configuration. Another major addition is the long-awaited helmet-mounted display system, or HMD. The Scorpion HMD, developed by Thales, is finally being integrated into the F-22 fleet. This helmet allows pilots to see targeting and flight data projected right onto their visor, and even target enemies simply by looking at them. Although the F-22 has long carried the AIM-9X missile, capable of hitting targets far off the jet's nose, pilots had to rely on cockpit instruments to aim. Now, with the Scorpion system, they can react faster and more naturally during dogfights. What's more, the Scorpion helmet is modular. Instead of replacing the helmet every time new features are added, software updates handle the upgrades, just like a smartphone. Alongside the helmet and eye rest, new missiles and drone integration are also on the table. Lockheed Martin is working on a next-generation air-to-air missile known as the AIM-260JTM, designed to counter Chinese and Russian long-range missiles. The F-22 is also expected to operate in tandem with Collaborative Combat Aircraft, CCA drones. These unmanned wingmen will assist the Raptor by extending its sensors, providing cover, or even launching their own missiles. This manned-unmanned teaming concept is already being tested as part of the U.S. Air Force's broader modernization efforts. In 2024, during a public event in Doha, former President Donald Trump reignited interest in the Raptor when he referred to it as the most beautiful fighter in the world, and hinted at an F-22 Super. While restarting production of the F-22 would likely cost over $60 billion, retrofitting the existing 187 aircraft with new technology is a much more likely path forward. This includes everything from better sensors and new weapons to longer range and greater pilot awareness. Rather than competing with the F-35, the F-22 Super would complement it, handling high-end air dominance while the F-35 takes on multi-role missions. The Raptor was built for wars that never happened. It was designed to face the best enemy aircraft in the world, yet it never got the chance. Its most high-profile missions have included intercepting spy balloons, not dogfighting MiGs. But that doesn't mean its time has passed. On the contrary, the upgrades it's now receiving could make it more lethal than ever. The F-22 Super won't just be a relic of Cold War fears. It'll be a cornerstone of future air dominance for decades to come. And this time, the enemy won't even see it coming.